Okay, so hi everyone. I think this is recording, hopefully, and welcome to my another video. And this video, I'm just going to be talking about the transport layer, which is found in the OSI model. Now, so let's get on with it. So the transport layer is the fourth layer in the OSI model. The transport layer provides the communication between the applications which run on different hosts. So application programs between two different hosts. So two different applications on two different computers. And the transport layer provides the communication between them. It is also used to maintain and manage the correction of errors within packets, as well as providing quality to the end user. It also allows the host to send and receive data which has had its error corrected and packets over the network. The transport layer also enables multiplexing. So multiplexing is the process of sending multiple signals at the same time in a form of one complicated signal, and then reorganizing the separate signals at the other end. So when it's getting sent, it's in the form of one big signal where multiple signals form one signal, but as soon as the signal reaches the end, the signals disperse and go into their own individual location. That's what multiplexing is. So the summary of what the transport layer is the transport layer works with the layers above to be able to send and receive data that is error-free. That's one of the most important parts of the transport layer, is to make sure that the data is error-free. So when the data gets sent or received, the transport layer has to make sure that there's no errors, or if there is any errors, then it makes sure that those errors get fixed. So So when sending the application messages, the application messages are broken into parts and then passes them to the network layer. So when receiving the parts are then turned into messages and passed to the application layer. But yeah, I can't read. So I'll go to the picture. So the transport layer provides whatever services not furnished by the lower layer protocols are necessary to achieve the quality of service needed for the task at hand. So the services that the transport layer provides include data integrity. Within the transport layer, checksums are used to make sure that the data received is the same as the data transmitted. So data integrity is just to make sure that the data that is sent is the same as the data that is sent or received is the same data that has been transmitted. So you don't want two different types of data getting sent when you only wanted the one data in the first place. So it's like asking for a ham and cheese baguette and then it gives you like a barbecue chicken one. It's like that. There's no communication at all. And that's what the checksums do. It makes sure that the communication is proper and that the data that is received is also the data that is transmitted. So another service that the transport layer provides is it maintains the data congestion. So networks are prone to bandwidth errors as well as restrictions, meaning that lots of data can get built up on the network. The transport layer can find out the reasons why this happens and reduces the congestion to make a much more efficient and fully fledged network. So a lot of what the transport layer does, it obviously communicates between the two users or the two hosts, but a lot of it has to do with error handling and error fixing. Without the transport layer, you'd have a lot more errors being found in a network, and a lot more networks, crashing and having the wrong data being sent elsewhere. And yeah, sorry, I was distracted by the television. A baby just got food all over itself. So the last service that the transport layer provides is packet delivery. So the transport layer fixes any errors which have occurred because of interruption or other reasons. So as I said, transport layer is focused with communication between two hosts, as well as making sure that the data that is transferred and received is the same as the data that has been received and transferred, as well as making sure that errors have been checked and corrected when the data is being sent. So let's go back to the start. So the transport layer is the fourth layer in the OSI model. It provides the communication between applications which run on different hosts. It is also used to maintain and manage the correction of errors within packets. It also allows the host to send/receive data which has had its error corrected and packets over the network. So the transport layer allows multiplexing, which is when multiple signals make up to one signal when they've been sent, and then when they're at the receiving end, they disperse into the original multiple signals and go to the original destinations. So back again, so data integrity. So with a transport layer, they use checksums to make sure the data received is the same as data transmitted, and then networks are prone to bandwidth errors, so the transport layer tries to fix those errors. So I'm sorry for the mumbling, but there isn't much more in the transport layer that can be described as such with, the layers such as the data link layer or the network layer. It's basically just a layer that's used to try and find and fix errors, as well as provide efficient communication between the two hosts and make sure that there is no errors between the communication. So it sort of does both. So two birds with one stone basically. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've learned something. If not, feel free to dislike the video and comment and say why and what I can do better. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.